U.S. figure skater Alysia Liu going viral after ending a 24-year gold medal drought for the United States at the 2026 Winter Olympics. Liu hopes to share the spotlight with her father, Arthur Liu, who escaped communist China with nothing and established his American dream. NTD's Flora Hua brings us this story.
So my father was one of the student leaders in the Tiananmen Square protests, and obviously he had to escape China.
This is when Alysia Liu shared her father Arthur Liu's story during an interview with ABC 10 in October. We spoke to her father earlier this week to learn about his journey.
In the spring of 1989, I organized all the demonstrations in Guangzhou.
In the summer of 1989, Chinese college students launched unprecedented protests across China, hoping the communist regime there would reform and build a more fair, transparent, democratic political system. Arthur Liu, a graduated student at the time, organized the demonstrations in southern China's Guangzhou, where he was studying.
We really didn't want to overthrow the Chinese Communist government. I personally just wanted them to change.
The CCP ordered tanks and troops to suppress the unarmed protesters. Many people died. Liu escaped China and began a new life in the United States, but he didn't forget the Chinese people still living under the CCP's tyranny.
And he came to America, and he continued to organize protests here in front of the Chinese embassies and stuff like that.
Alysia is the oldest of Liu's 5 children. Her father says she cares about the human rights situation in China.
She understood why I protested against the Chinese government, why I had to flee from China, and how I came to America. I think she really appreciates my life story, that in some ways she's fascinated about my life story of coming from China with nothing and rebuild my life in America.
In 2020, the DOJ and FBI reported that Beijing sent spies targeting Liu and his family, including Alysia. But that didn't stop the family. Alysia Liu still went on to compete at the Beijing Winter Olympics with the intensified security protection from the U.S. State Department. That's the story of Alysia Liu's father, who dedicated enormous time and resources to her figure skating career since she was little, and also educated her on the human rights situation in the country he once called home. Flora Hua, NTD News.